the dimensions is something else that you need to understand. There's parallel worlds, the good, the positive, and the negative. There's infinite potentials within each parallel world. And then there's different dimensions, the unseen. The unseen has more power than the seen. Right now, if you're in a human experience, you have a body that you're experiencing this reality from, then you are the seen. But spirits, I mean, when you die, they've weighed bodies that as soon as the body dies, they all lose a specific amount of weight. Where does that weight go to? That is the consciousness. That is the spirit. That is going to be you functioning within the unseen world, a different dimension of our bigger picture kind of thing. But when you go into that other dimension, when you die, your spirit has the same level of consciousness as you do when you're alive. That's why you need to have this human experience to awaken your spirituality in the next dimension after you die. Just think that there's two worlds going on, the world in the physical body and the world in the non-physical body. In this world of the non-physical body, we have this awareness or unawareness, but that's going on in the spiritual world too. That once you die, you only die with the awareness you die with. You know, you still need to you know, I happen to believe that you get reborn. Your spirit comes back and has this life experience again until you can learn the lessons that you need to learn. So after you die, if you die without the full awareness of the bigger game, then in that spiritual world, you're still a spirit that's not aware. It's not like we're going into this, okay, once I die, I get this big, you know, awakening and I can see all. No, you're still going to perceive everything you perceive in the spiritual world with the awareness that you've gained through this human experience. But I do believe, just like in this world, we are teachers and we're guiding each other. I think on the, and this is just a belief, you can believe whatever you want to, but what gives you more power? And, you know, it's just an idea. You know, it's just a belief that if belief is creating reality in the world that we live in, it's what do you choose to believe in? So if you wake up here and end up dying, it's like then you've got to go into the spiritual world and start teaching other spirits. And I think that they do have the potential to learn a little bit more, but in order for them to experience that aspect, they come back into a human form. But we're about to, you know, in this 2012 is a test, and it's a matter of can we pass this test? Can we jump into a different dimension of our experiences? You know, or are we going to repeat it over and over and over again? And you know, there's an event horizon, you know, there's going to be a black hole that we go through, you know, but we can come out the other side. And how we come out that other side is, do we come out completely destroyed and have to repeat the same patterns over and over again? Or do we choose to evolve into what we are supposed to evolve into? Everything is about evolving. Everything is about changing. Everything is about getting better. But what is better? What is our definition of better? And it's pretty wild if you can see that bigger picture. But that is why I would say don't necessarily fear death, just don't aim for death. Death is not the direction. If you end up dying, then our oneness didn't get it yet. And don't even think for a second that you aren't tied to your enemy. There is a oneness. And that's why I'm saying everybody's got to live through this, because without our oneness, we can never ever make this transformation that we need to make. It's like your enemy, these elites, are your left arm, and you are the right arm. And both arms of your body need to go through this transformation. So just as you need to wake up, they need to wake up. We all need to wake up for each other in order to make this evolution. But to cut off your right arm or your left arm is like, it's just a repeating of the same game over and over and over again. And that's the biggest awakening that we need to make. But you do have to kind of, don't fear death. It's, I don't know. I don't fear death because if anybody wants to kill me, I have an awareness now that will give me more strength in the spiritual world. I can make so many suggestions if I was dead. I can get into somebody's dreams. I can get into somebody's influence. I can make them feel something and they won't even know what they're feeling. I mean, the spiritual world, the unseen world, has a hell of a lot more power in that spiritual world than they do in this human form. So, if anybody wanted to kill me, it's like, big deal. I get more strength. Kind of made a video on it in the past, but I am weaker in this human form because I have less ability to influence people in this world because everybody's living in chaos and everybody's willing to say, no, you're wrong. And, we're so easily influenced with negative energy. I get caught up in the game. It's so easy for me to get caught up in drama, get caught up in the emotions. I mean, just yesterday I was pissed off at somebody, and I know better. But it doesn't take much to get you caught up in the game. And, as soon as you see yourself pissed off, that's the time you got to say, okay, wrong path. I am not supporting my humanity right now, and I'm playing the game that evil wants me to play, and it won't benefit me. So, check out that video. It's pretty eye-opening, but you'll see all of us need to stop what we're doing. Stop buying the products that you're buying. Yes, you do need to eat. I need to eat. I go to a friggin' grocery store. Let me tell you about this. I went to buy some, okay, frivolous shit. It's the small things that sort of give me a little bit of pleasure. But, I bought nail polish remover, and the whole counter was filled with, half of the bottles were full and half of the bottles were empty, and they were see-through bottles. And they also have a tag on there that says, how much is inside each bottle. That was fraud. They put on their counters, and they don't give a shit about it. They'll show you that we don't give a shit about whether anything is the truth or not, and we'll put it up there for you to see it. And so I went to the manager. First of all, I went to the worker, and it's like, are you calling me an idiot? Are you, who is going to buy half an empty bottle of this nail polish? And it's like, you're selling them because people aren't really looking at it. People aren't really looking at how full that bottle is. When they got a lot of money, these wealthy people, they don't really give a shit at what the cost is, and they don't really give a shit whether that bottle is full. They're trusting in the label that says, I'm getting a specific amount in that bottle. And so I told the kid that works there, and it's like, do you know that this is the store that you're working at is doing that with every other product that, you can't even see through? Because I know I'm buying cheese, and that cheese, in a container that you can't see through. And I said, I've been buying that cheese, and it's been full. And then now I'm buying it, and it's like, just the very bottom has stuff in it, and it's like, can I return that? I doubt it. They won't believe me. So I'm just starting to make the complaints, and I went and talked to the manager after that, and I told him, you got to take a look at this, because some guy's making a lot of money off of selling nothing. He can sell 3 bottles of this nail polish and earn profit for one. For every 3, he's getting an extra 1, like free, that he's earning money off of. And you're allowing this rich guy to make money off of that because you're selling it in your stores. And then I told him about these other products, and he says, "Okay, I'll have a meeting and I'll see what we can do about it." And then I ended up saying, "You know what? You should weigh all of your products before you sell them to make sure." And he says, "Oh no, we've got government agencies that monitor this kind of stuff." And it's like, are you a friggin' idiot? Like, I've worked for factories. I see how these federal agencies that monitor things. I see the money exchange going on so that, we can put a safety labor or, and it's like the government systems are what's collapsing the friggin' economy. And if you can't wake up to that and you're going to trust, somebody else to do the job you should be doing, then you're screwing yourself. So it's those kind of things that we need to have conversations with is, start telling people, start letting people know in the aisles what's going on. So that's the end of my event for today. Phone is ringing. Peace out.